Today, let's walk through what you need to know to form an LLC in Montana. There are 6 steps to starting your business: naming your LLC, designating a registered agent, submitting your articles of organization, writing an operating agreement, obtaining an EIN, and filing the beneficial ownership information report. We'll also cover 3 steps to maintaining your Montana LLC once you're up and running. Step 1 is naming your LLC. So what should you keep in mind? No matter what name you go with, it will need to contain LLC in some form to designate your entity type. For a similar reason, it can't include words that suggest it's a different business type, like corp. You will also need to pick a name that's distinguishable from all other company names in Montana. To do this, you should search your intended name on the business search option on the Montana Secretary of State website. Once you've picked your name, you can reserve it if you wish, using Montana's reservation of name form. Keep in mind that this registers the name as an assumed business name, so you'll need to cancel that assumed business name before filing your formation with the state. Now we're on to step 2, designating a registered agent. The registered agent can be you, someone associated with your business, or a third party. Whatever choice you make, your registered agent must meet certain qualifications. They must have a registered office at a physical street address in the state. P.O. boxes don't count. They must be present at that registered office address during normal business hours to receive state mail and service a process on behalf of your business and forward it to you in a timely way. Once you've found your registered agent, you can move on to step 3, submitting your articles of organization, which will officially form your LLC. You must submit these articles to the Montana Secretary of State online. You can file this paperwork yourself or hire a third party to do it for you. Everything included on your articles of organization will be included on the public record. So if you'd like to keep your business address off the public record, where it can be easily added to junk mail lists, consider forming your LLC with a registered agent who will allow you to list their address in place of yours. On the articles of organization, you will need to include your full business name, registered agent information, address information, and information about your company's organizer, which is the party preparing the articles of organization. If you hire Northwest to form your business, we will appear as both the registered agent and the organizer in your filing. If any of your members will be personally liable for business debts, you need to attach a liability statement. This is a step associated commonly with professional limited liability companies, or PLLCs. You will need to indicate your management structure and list the names and addresses of your members if your LLC is member managed, or managers if your LLC is manager managed. Additionally, you'll need to indicate your LLC type: a standard LLC, a PLLC, a series LLC, or a captive insurance company. You will also need to indicate the duration of your LLC. If it doesn't have a planned end date, write perpetual. You can optionally indicate a future date up to 90 days from when you file. If you want, you can attach additional documents such as contact information. Once your articles of organization have been approved by the Montana Secretary of State, you officially have your new LLC. What's next? Step 4, creating an operating agreement for your LLC. Your LLC's operating agreement provides all of the details for how your LLC will function and contains the rules, regulations, and provisions for voting, navigating potential mergers, transferring membership interest, handling internal disputes, and much more. You won't file your operating agreement with the state. It's an internal document, and Montana allows operating agreements to be adopted, even if it's not written. However, writing it out is a great way to make sure your business and its members stick to the agreement. This is true even if you have a single member LLC. You can find free operating agreement templates on northwestregisteredagent.com if you need help getting started. Additionally, you might want to get an employer identification number, especially if your business will have employees. This brings us to step 5. An EIN is a unique 9-digit number that the IRS assigns to your LLC for tax filing purposes, acting like a social security number for your business. You can apply for an EIN through the IRS website or file a paper form. You can also skip the hassle and hire Northwest Registered Agent to get the EIN for you. Once you have your EIN, you're ready for step 6, filing the Beneficial Ownership Information Report. As of January 1st, 2024, you will need to submit a BOI report to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. FinCEN created an online portal called the Beneficial Ownership Secure System to upload your information. There, you will provide basic information about your business, such as your tax ID, as well as information about those who own more than 25% of the LLC and those who have substantial control over business decisions, alongside a copy of a government-issued photo ID. This information won't be part of public record. Businesses formed after January 1st, 2024 must complete the step within 30 days of formation. Businesses formed before 2024 have until January 1st, 2025 to complete it. Now that you've taken care of your LLC's initial needs, you need to maintain your business. Step 7 is opening a business bank account. Mixing personal and business finances potentially erodes the separation between you and your LLC and puts your LLC's limited liability in jeopardy. So a business bank account can help keep that separation intact. Let's go over what you should typically bring with you to the bank. You should bring a copy of your Montana Articles of Organization, Operating Agreement, EIN, and an LLC resolution to open a bank account if your LLC has more than one member. Once you have your business bank account, it's time to fund your LLC. That brings us to step 8. Members usually make their initial contributions by writing a check to the LLC's bank account, but they can also provide the LLC with property or services. It's worth noting that contributions in the form of property or services may have tax implications, so it would be wise to consult a business accountant if you're going that route. Now for the 9th and final step, you'll need to pay taxes and stay up to date with state filings to keep your business in good standing. In Montana, you will need to file the annual report with the Montana Secretary of State every year after the business was formed on April 15th. While LLCs can elect to be taxed as a corporation, the IRS automatically treats your LLC as a pass-through entity. This means that your LLC's annual profits will be distributed to its members, who then report those profits as income on their personal tax filings. In this case, members will pay the federal self-employment tax, which is 15.3%. Also keep in mind that if any of the information you reported on your BOI report changes, you have 30 days to report the changes. So that's the process for getting your Montana LLC up and running. Name your business, designate your registered agent, file your articles of organization, draw up an operating agreement, obtain an EIN, and file your BOI report. Once that's complete, you can open a business bank account, fund your LLC, and complete all filings to stay compliant with the state. We're here for you every step of the way. Call Northwest Registered Agent when you want more.